course, I'm not going to use any names.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we are, folks. Live again, trying to get the next. I really need to clear out this folder, and I was feeling okay, and be able to sit here and do this. So the next one, I haven't done one of these in a while, but getting back into more BS dealing with feminism type stuff. This video by Abba and Preach, 166,000 views 2 weeks ago. I rejected a girl who had rejected me, and she was irate. Now, I have lived that shit. I've actually lived that. I've got B.
Hi.
Sitting here, and T on the phone, my friends. Say hi.
How's it going?
So to have the feminine, the woman, not women, but the woman's perspective and everything in going through these next few videos. But let's get into this. As I said, when I put these videos in my political folder, I only watch like a few minutes before something catches my attention, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and throw this in my political folder. So let's get into this.
We always talk about how communication is important in relationships, right?
Yeah.
So I've had quite a few experiences. We talked about it earlier with the guys, where me and someone else will establish set rules for our dynamic. We move forward with that understanding. Mm-hmm. So let's say the girl comes to me, she says, I came out of a relationship, I want to keep it casual. Yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm shutting that thing off in my head, right? And then I've had girls come back afterwards, and when I no longer want to engage in that casual experience, they're like, oh, so you're just going to manipulate my emotions and then walk away afterwards? And I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? What's happening right now? I even had an experience with a girl where I wanted to be in a relationship with her, broached the subject. She refused. I said, cool. But she wanted us to keep seeing each other casually. I said, all right, I'm not going to complain, Mm-hmm. 10 weeks later, I'm like, all right, I just think we should stop seeing each other. And she's like, well, I want to be in a relationship with you. And I'm like, well, I'm not there anymore. You rejected me. I've kind of moved on emotionally. Mm-hmm. Now you want me to still be open? Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, yeah, so you're just going to reject me like that? You're just going to treat me that way? And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm. Now, I have been in that situation. Especially after my divorce, where I was like, look, I'm just looking to date. I'm not really looking into getting into a relationship. And all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. I'm the asshole. Even though and it's like, well, and we're talking like, I've had women who have gotten mad at me. I'm talking about that I didn't even date them at all. And they're pissed at me because I won't date them. Well, I can't believe that you're going to have this attitude over what your ex did. And I'm like, yeah, I was married for over 23 years. Yeah, I do have trust issues. Sorry, we ain't talking about a 5-year fucking relationship. We're talking over 20, years. Then there was one where entered in a relationship, didn't trust the person. The person was the woman was arguing with me the whole time. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. So fine. Even though mutual friends were even saying, don't date her, don't trust her, she's lying. And, don't listen to them. I can't believe you're listening to them. I'm like, they're mutual friends of ours. So, I mean, I've got to listen in some way. I'm not that person. It's been over 2 years. I'm not that person anymore. Y'all need to stop thinking I'm that person. And what did she do just a few months after that? Went right back to her abusive ex-boyfriend. And I was like, so you did lie, But I love what he's saying. People, and I grew up watching TV shows, talk shows, reading magazines and everything about what women want. And here you go, getting into a situation of where you literally do what they ask of you to do, and somehow or another, you're still in the wrong. And I know that there are men who do that same shit, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about those of us men who are good men, who follow the rules, and somehow we're still bad guys. We're still literally put in the same basket with the assholes because we're not adapting to the rules that they just keep. When I enter into something, I want things clear. I want things clear, precise, pretty much set in stone. And people will go, well, hey, things adapt. And I'm like, okay, if I leave it open for that, because remember, it's two people. So if it's a mutual thing where that's open, then that's fine. But if it is something where it is like, okay, you're here, I'm here, this is the way it's going to be, my mind, as he said with him, is okay. My mind and everything is going to be in the category that we literally just set in stone. Sometime down the road, all of a sudden they change the rules, and it's like, well, I thought, well, whoa, wait, when did you think this, and why, when you started your thought process started changing, did you not come to me so we could talk about it together? So you literally just changed the dynamic completely and just assumed I was just going to go along with it. Then there's another quick story with my brother, former brother, my bro. Basically, I've known since we were kids. He got divorced, single, was like, I'm not getting into any relationships. I just want to be single for a while, just go out and date. The girls he met, or women, sorry, girls, and the way they acted. Yep, I agree. This is before Tinder, before all of this shit. So this was like through, I forgot what dating like websites back then. I can't remember which one he was on. So he would send screenshots of the conversations. So I'm reading these going, okay, so the rules are clear and precise and okay. Because he's like, hey, what do you think about this person? Looks wise and the way she's writing, what do you think about what she's saying? And I'm like, look, hey, from what it sounds like, things look good. Okay, so you're both just dating. She just got divorced too, so you're just dating. We're talking like just weeks in. All of a sudden, the girl's like showing up at his condo, like, and he's like, what are you doing here? You didn't call first, nothing. And it's like, oh, what, you turning me away? And it's like, we're not dating. We've been seeing each other for weeks and we're not dating? No, we're not. And I'm like, what the fuck? My brother, I'm not giving this, I'm just saying he just went through this. Two women that he had dated over these past 2 years, that he had dated off and on, just dated. He's got a son, and he just got divorced, so he wasn't looking to get in a relationship. Same thing, just dating. And the women started getting too obsessive, and he was like, hey, I got a kid, I need to pay attention to my son, and being a single dad, and that's what I told you in the very beginning. And one of them went completely psycho, and he had to block everything. He had to keep her from showing up at his work, all of this crazy shit. Then the other one he dated, it was just dating. That was it. She ended up doing the same thing. Me and all the other friends were like, dude, what are you doing to these women? And this one physically attacked him. He sent me the pictures of the bite marks of her biting him. And it was just because he was literally just like, hey, I'm out. And she attacked him and bit him twice. So I'm trying to understand what's going on out there when y'all say there are no good men. You feminazis say there are no good men. There are good men, and then y'all are the ones that turn around. There are enough problems out there with abusive men. There's enough problems out there with that shit. So those of us who are good men, because I've posted this in numerous videos, why men aren't even wanting to date anymore. And definitely why men aren't trying to even get into a relationship anymore is because of psychos like that. But let's keep going, because there's another video that they do that he was like, I feel I don't understand. You women are going to kill it for good men out there. You're going to kill it. You're already killing it to where men just are like, nope, fuck it. I'll go to a movie here with this person. I will let them know, hey, I'm just dating. So if I go to a baseball game, I'm going to go take this person. Well, why don't you take me? No, you're not even into baseball. And I don't want this to get further than what you're pushing good men away. Anything y'all want to add real quick?
No, I don't disagree.
There's plenty of psycho. You're talking about abusive men. There's plenty of abusive women out there. It's just that men don't report it.
Oh,
That's true.
T, there is a video I added specifically for that to my political folder because somebody brought up about the statistics about what was the reported number. 40% of men are abused. And I was like, whoa, those are the ones that are reported.
And it starts young. So just some background about me. I'm a high school teacher. And so obviously I see kids, they're dating, things like that. And, you know, when you go and you're watching the hallways and everything else, and you see a girl go and get upset with a guy, or even if she's just playing around and go and punch a guy in the arm, slap a guy in the arm, for some reasons, it seems to be okay. And I have to correct that like really quick. They look at me like I'm crazy, but I say, hey, you know something, as soon as you've balled up your fist or anything and you've raised your hand to a man, then you've just turned yourself into a target. And we don't play by hitting. I thought we learned that in kindergarten.
I mean, it happened. It happened to me in junior high school. Me and some friends were just randomly talking in the gym and about hitting girls or something like that or whatever. And I was like, I was saying, despite what my mother had raised me to be, if it doesn't matter if male or female hits you, you hit them back. I would still do everything I can as far I didn't believe in that mentality, regardless. And so, like about 10 minutes later, this girl named Heather. Funny thing is, I ended up dating her later in high school, but whatever.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. But she comes up to me and goes, oh, so you don't hit girls, and just slapped me. And it wasn't even a thought. It was, I mean, I've been into martial arts since I was 5. So it was more a reaction than there was no time delay between me getting hit and me just hitting back, you know? And so she's crying and the other girls are mad, and a female teacher comes over and goes, whoa, no. I saw what happened. I heard and saw what happened. And from what I saw, what he did was just reaction. There was no like delay, you know, like a premeditated thought. It was just instant hit back. And, you know, so the girl got in trouble, you know, for doing the shit. But yeah.
As it should be.
Well, we also know a mutual friend, John. Remember when he was getting custody of his daughter and his ex-psycho wife beat herself up and tried to call the cops on him? But he had video?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that got pulled on me. Mm-hmm. Ended up breaking up with somebody, and she showed up, keyed my car, was banging on my door and screaming and everything else. And I called my friend, one of my friends who's a cop. He sent a patrol unit over. I'm literally giving a report, and she's texting, well, I'm going to tell them that you abused me, that you hit me and threw me down the stairs. And I'm showing the officer the text as he sits standing there. And he's like, right. What the hell? He goes, you need to tell her that you're literally talking to a police officer right now. I text her that. She goes, yeah, right. Sure you are.
Well, we see videos of girls like using sledgehammers that cause bruises on them just so they can get payback. These are fucking stupid. They're psycho.
I have security cameras at my house. Pretty much everywhere I go, there are security cameras because I don't really go out anyway. But there are security cameras wherever I go anyway. So fuck that shit. As a matter of fact, yeah, fucking psychos. And again, it comes right down back to there are good men out there, and then you got to deal with women who are fucking crazy and psycho, and then you good, supposedly still good women out there want to bitch. Well, where are the good men at? Well, how about instead of asking us that question, you know damn well your sister, your cousin, your friends, you know damn well who are the psychos. Why aren't you stopping them? Why aren't you going, hey, you're about to fuck it up for the rest of us girls, stop that shit. You tell us.
If they're not going to listen to a guy, and here's where I am going to interject. All right. They're certainly not going to listen to a woman, because if there's any one thing that women are, is competitive. All right. And, then all of a sudden, oh, you're after my man and everything else. Okay. We honestly don't have any more luck, skill, whatever, and talking to other women than you guys do.
Well, it's the same thing if you try talking to a woman.
I've got friends that are, I've got friends well, I can't say, I guess we don't see eye to eye on everything, but we spend a whole lot of time together. Not going to let go for you. They're not going to let go for us either.
Oh my God!
You're not going to change, and not going to change your mind. All right. So, no matter you say, hey, you're screwing things up with the rest of us. Well, something. Well, you don't believe that. You don't believe in equality. You don't believe in this. You don't believe in that. Yeah, I believe in exact equality. I don't believe in special treatment. All right. And as soon as you go and say that you should be getting special advantages because you happen to have a vagina, then you're wrong in my book.
Right.
All right. Whether it has to do with how you're treated by the law, how you're viewed when you go and you make any kind of police report or anything like that. But if you think that we're going to have any luck whatsoever at being able to set them straight, think again. There's no way.
Well, even then, I know.
Okay, so then, it comes down to, then what's the point? When you watch a lot of these feminists go on TV, and there was that one I did months back in Australia, with the bitch with the pink hair and the glasses, about you men need to police your, and I'm sitting here going, and listening to you right now, I'm like, well, then what's the point? What is the point? That my bro is beating a woman, you're goddamn right I'm gonna fucking interfere.
Oh yeah, beating a woman is one thing, but this is different.
If you go into a stranger,
you're talking about physical abuse and things like that.
But mental abuse and emotional abuse are just as bad.
Yeah.
And people need to remember, men get affected by this shit too. Yes, we're supposed to be strong because we're men. We're supposed to be the protectors and all this other stuff and everything. But
how often does another man jump in when it's a case of another man who's mentally abused?
Right. I may end up losing the friend, but you're damn right I will interfere.
That's you. All right. I don't see that as being very common.
Well, I'll give you that. That is true. But it should be that way. Men definitely should be policing our own.
They should. Yes, they absolutely should. But to go and say, hey, something, we do it, how come you guys don't, is incorrect.
It's not that we don't, we try. For example, I was telling one of my friends who was acting psycho with her guy, accusing of stuff of his past, that they've been together for 2 years. He never did anything, but ever since they were not living together, she started acting psycho, and he's like, hey, slow your roll. I'm not doing anything. I'm at work. That's why I can't text you. I even told her, why are you accusing him of shit if he hasn't done it? Well, it's his past. It's his past. Like you used to say, the person you're dating was not the Princess Fiona in a tower waiting for you to come. Everybody has a history. Everybody has a past.
Oh, okay. Let me clarify something that she just brought up. All right. So I had this ex-girlfriend. I had lost contact with her for years. Somehow through MySpace, I think back then.
Oh shit.
She had found me. No, it was through Facebook, but it was like
The beginning years.
a long time ago. And she found me through Facebook and was like, I miss you and all this other stuff. And I'm like, so I'm looking at her profile. I'm like, are you married? And she was like, yeah, but I miss you and all these things. And I'm like, why are you telling me this stuff? I said, does your husband even know you're even talking to me? Because she was, she was being abused, not necessarily physically, but mentally and emotionally. And I guess she was looking for her last boyfriend who treated her good or something for reassurance or something or whatever the fuck. And I was like, look, I don't feel comfortable even talking with you, especially like this, behind your husband's back or whatever. So she ended up telling him, well, I'm talking to my ex. And then she went into how I treated her good. And I'm like, why is she telling him this shit? And he ended up getting more abusive to her and everything. And I don't want you talking to him again. And I had just posted pictures of our past on my Facebook. And she got mad because he saw those pictures of when her and I had dated and was like, I don't, and you need to have him remove the tag and all this other shit. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I understand she is currently your wife, but she is my ex-girlfriend. That doesn't erase my past with her just because she's with you. I was like, and as I was saying, she wasn't a nun in a convent. I was like, I can't stand you people out there that just make believe in your mind that the person you're dating was some nun locked up in a convent tower somewhere, just waiting for you to come along. Other people had lives and dated other people or were married to other people before you got there.
The Princess Fiona comment. You made that comment.
Yeah, the whole Princess Fiona thing. I'm sorry. I would rather somebody have a past. I would rather somebody have experiences and things. There ain't no way in fucking hell I would want to be an adult and be like wanting to be with a virgin and shit who's never known anything, no fucking way. That's just way too much more work.
But because of her not listening and everything else, she ended up pushing him away where he broke up with her. And he got mad because she posted it all on Facebook, but she put all the blame on her. But when I went on there, I said, no. The blame's on you too. He tried talking to you as like a guy, straight to you. Hey, we don't do this. Hey, I'm always at work. There's no way I can text you when I'm at work. I'm not doing anything. My family's told you I'm not doing anything.
Well, yeah, same with this ex. The husband ended up getting physically abusive with her. And because I even told her, I said, the way that you're talking, he is just like one argument or one whatever away from hitting you. And she was like, how do you know? And I'm like, because I've seen it. And then sure enough, he did it. And it was like,
and she was all shocked.
Yeah, she was all shocked. He ended up, it was bad. She ended up in a really horrible situation. I don't know where she's at now, but she was pretty much almost living on the street with her kids. And it was just like, whatever. But anyway, I didn't even really need to get too in depth in this video because it got in the gist of it in just the first like 2 minutes of it. So the next one, where we at? Oh my God, I had it all lined up. Oh, okay, here we go. The hypocrisy of feminism.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And really quickly, before we get into this crazy story that I have today, I have to briefly address the recent happenings on YouTube. So if you have not heard, essentially the source removed from their channel, and this is all because of an online beef between Steven Crowder and some Fox writer. I'm not going to get into it any further than that, but the question that I am left with here, and that so many other creators are left with, is how do we move forward on this channel? Now, I have said since day one that I am so completely opposed to asking for supporters to donate to a Patreon or a Subscribestar or something like that.
Yeah, I don't care about
I'm
that.
reaching the point where, and it's very likely the next day or so, my channel will be demonetized. So I'm reaching the point where...
See, this is what I was talking about, T, on an unrelated thing about they're just trying to demonetize people, which is why I keep pointing out over and over and over that I'm a disabled veteran. I collect my disability. Fuck you, Facebook and YouTube. I don't need to be monetized. So just still in America, freedom of speech, just leave my shit alone. That's all I ask.
Okay.
I don't know what other options I have. And that's where I'm passing this off to you, because if YouTube is not going to be supporting the content creation on this channel through the AdSense partner program, what do I have left to do? And that's where I'm asking, would...
Okay, yeah, let's get past that. Okay, anyway.
The impending doom on Facebook that all the content creators are going to face. Anyways, with that said, let's get into today's video. So as we know, in today's day and age, companies are more and more trying to align themselves with the politically correct woke ideology. Now, in that pursuit, many companies have banned a number of old practices that are now considered outdated or sexist or oppressive, whatever word you want to use. That is the reason why they're getting rid of them. The most recent example of this comes from the Formula One world, which is car racing, and they are banning grid girls. Now, the official mandate reads as follows. Formula One and its FAI ruling body has decided to ban the use of promotional models known as grid girls from its events because they don't resonate with the brand values of F1 and clearly is at odds with modern day societal norms. Now, not surprisingly, many people have criticized this for being just another ridiculous example of companies way overstepping and banning absolutely everything in the pursuit of political correctness, and that is why stories like this are looked upon in such a negative light. I have said this many times before, 99% of the human population could care less about grid girls. It's just that 1% minority that makes a fuss about it. Now, as part of this decision to ban grid girls, they are replacing it with the Grid Kids initiative. According to F1, they said, quote, the joint initiative will involve the local Grand Prix promoter working alongside recognized national sporting authorities who will provide a unique opportunity to young folks and their families to be part of one of the most exclusive and exciting moments of the whole race weekend. So, of course, that's not really going to do much to solve the situation, and many people have pointed out the irony in replacing grid girls with grid kids, something completely and utterly opposed to one another. Now, the interesting update to the story is the people that have been unemployed as a result of this decision, aka the grid girls, have come up in arms criticizing the decision and saying that it must be overturned and grid girls be reinstated, which is probably not the response Formula One expected. Now, one of the most outspoken grid girls is a girl by the name of Rebecca Cooper, a 5-time F1 grid girl, and she said on Twitter that, quote, it's ridiculous that women who say they are fighting for women's rights are saying what others should and shouldn't do, stopping us from doing a job we love and are proud to do.
Okay, but that's the point with that one, is feminism, here we go again, making up rules, not just telling men what to do, but also telling women what to do. If you don't follow the rules of what we feminazis want, you know, oh my God, y'all need to understand, the more these people push this political correctness agenda bullshit, the more it will become, I hate to say it this way, but like the Nazis. So you're going to end up
I've said for many, many years, I mean, oh my gosh, as long as I can remember, it's had to have been for ever since the beginning of political correctness, that political correctness is the Antichrist. If you're looking for what the Antichrist is, it is political correctness.
Right.
And I truly stand by that. And we're seeing it more and more. So here you're talking about women, or, you know, and some men too, who are essentially taking away the freedom of choice from women and what kind of careers they want to pursue.
No.
Nobody dragged these women out and said, you have to be a grid girl.
I know. Same with the porn industry. Same with exotic dancers. Same. I mean, yeah, no one forced these women. This is what I mean. I watched an interview. It was on Britain Today or something like that, BBC, and with Piers Morgan, I believe is his name. I think I did a video about this where you had a couple of the grid girls arguing with feminists, and it's like, we're trying to help you. And the grid girls are like, we're not children. We're adults. We know what we're doing. This is literally what we want to do. Leave us alone.
Yes.
Oh, but these men are objectifying you. So, you know
what?
You're only objectified if you allow it to yourself to be objectified. That's why I see it.
No, because it's the whole thing. I mean, if you want to say it that way, the whole biblical thing of lust, just even the thought of lust. So, yes, you're not going to stop. Because right now, the whatchamacallit, remember we watched that video the other day about the what they called, the cam girls or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The ones that do Instagram and all that, how they're now being attacked. PayPal has cut ties with a lot of these cam girls and everything, all because these feminists are coming out attacking them. You know, we're gonna file lawsuits and things against PayPal and stuff unless you ban these cam girls. And it's like no one is forcing.
We're even going after some of the roller derby girls that we know, saying, "Oh well, the outfit you're wearing, you shouldn't be wearing that." They're just wanting you to like, we like doing this. This is fun to us. Go away. It's the same thing with them.
As I said, they're not just attacking men; they're attacking women.
And it's stupid.
It's not just stupid. It's
yeah. If you're not like-minded, if it's not going to be a united front and everything of
here's the problem.
Freaking left-wing hate, then you're just as bad as everybody else.
Here's the problem.
Whether you're male or female.
But here are the problems. What are the rules? You watch, even if it is a leftist like The View, take away Meghan McCain and just have the fucking Joy and Whoopi on there, they will even argue. So I'm like, wait a minute, y'all have the same views, right? But here you are arguing. Mm-hmm. So then what are the rules? It's like talking to a group of flat earthers. If you guys can't even agree on a flat earth model, unified, agree, then why in the hell should we believe you? At least us globe people, we believe in one fucking globe, you know? But it's the same when you talk if you watch the shows, which I normally don't, I usually just catch the highlights with some of the people I follow, they can't even agree in their own agenda, in their own topic. It'll be one topic, and here they are arguing amongst themselves, even though they're supposed to have the same views. But that's my whole point when it comes to these people. If you can't even agree on a singular point of view towards what you're talking about, how in the hell do you even have the right? It's my whole thing is, if you can't even get your own shit straight, how to yourselves, how do you come to us and try to tell us what to do?
Right.
It's like, you're not even unified. At least, I may listen to you if you have a real good cognitive thought, but damn, amongst your own group, you're even arguing. It's like, get your own shit straight before you try to come to talk to the other side of the aisle.
To get us to convert.
But anyway, but I don't think I need to continue with this one, because it's the same thing. I've seen this go on for years. I've seen this go on. It wasn't as big as it is now, but this has been going on since when I was doing male dancing. I was 18, 19. So this has been going on since 98, 99, as far as I know. Oh no, even further, because Virginia Beach. Because women complained, which in a way I will give this excuse, because of kids. Virginia Beach during the summer break and we have all that tourism going on and you got women running around in like barely anything.
Yeah.
Then why are kids allowed at the Pride Parade?
Exactly.
Okay, you caught me off guard with that one. And yes, you're absolutely fucking right.
All right. I don't need to hear anybody else's freaking morals and stuff like that when it's many of those same people in those same groups that are going and.
But no, these are gay and alphabet people, so the rules don't apply to us, you know?
Well, that's the thing is that they're eating each other now. That's fine with me.
Well, it's that one video that's going viral where the parents are having that little girl sit in the chair and they're giving the
transgender
and
giving
she's dancing on her.
Oh no, she's not dancing on her. She's not. She's just to the side of her. But yeah,
but crawling up towards the kid.
How are you gonna tell women that they can't wear sexy outfits, but it's okay for a transgender to wear that exact same outfit?
And you're going towards a
or
kid.
Worse.
Doesn't matter if
or worse.
Or worse.
Yeah.
No. But I wasn't even going to or worse. I was keeping it equal. You're gonna tell a woman, hey, that is too sexy. That is too provocative. And I've seen it happen. Hold on. I've seen it happen in one location. Oh my God, I can't believe she's wearing that. Yet here's a transgender person not more than like 5 feet away from them wearing the similar outfit, and they're not saying anything to that person.
No, that person's brave.
Which is bullshit.
The hypocrisy of these people is. I've been meaning to make this channel and make these videos for years, but as of the late 2019 is when I had the channel. I think I made it in 2018 actually, but I didn't start posting videos until 2019. And it was because I was watching this just get worse and worse, and the hypocrisy of these people of how is it that you guys, I mean, because Steven Crowder points this out. How is it that you're criticizing women for doing this, but the alphabet people are doing the exact same thing and it's beautiful and brave? It's like, what the fuck?
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against gay pride. I don't. I have nothing against it. But when you're gonna wear a costume full of dildos or crotchless,
basically all the stuff I just talked about the women that they blocked wearing in Virginia Beach, yet here they are not only are they wearing those outfits, they have the children wearing those outfits too.
But like even that one photo.
But we got to protect the kids.
Glitter right there. That's it. That to me is okay. That is over the top.
We got to protect the kids from the straight women being sexy, but the transgender women, nope. We can let them be nude in front of the kids, and because
my kid can if my kid can be naked around them, it's fine. That whole one with a little boy.
They want and I've had this argument going back to this person named Virginia, going back, 96, 97, going back where her being gay, women are hitting on me and she'll be hating on me because women are hitting on me. I'm not hitting on the women. I'm literally just doing my karaoke show, just running my fucking show, paying attention to my show, doing my work. When I'm working, I'm working. Women literally showing me their breast and everything. Hey, can you play this song? I'll flash you. And here she's coming over, Virginia coming over. Oh my God, you women, I can't believe you're over here doing this and everything. You should have pride in yourselves. And yet be literally not more than 20 minutes later, like grabbing one girl and trying to make out with her. She'll have a girlfriend and be like kissing another girl at the bar. The girlfriend gets mad and it's like, I'm just kissing her. What? And I'm like, wait, whoa. I'm not even acting like a male chauvinist. I'm just standing here doing my job, not even being a male chauvinist pig. Yet you could be a gay chauvinist pig and that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, it's fine. They can do that all they want.
No, I'm talking about physical. When we've gone to the OP For y'all who don't know, the OP, I don't know if it's still open anymore because they reopened. But back in the day, the OP was this huge gay club. And when every other bar would close at 2 a.m., the OP couldn't sell any alcohol, but the club would stay open until like 8 a.m. So all of us would go because we all still wanted to keep dancing. We didn't want to stop dancing. My wife, ex-wife, would be groped, grabbed, which of course I'd be like, which she'd handle her own business, but groped and grabbed. And it's like, wait a minute, why is it okay for gay people to break the rules of sexual assault, but yet we can actually get arrested? Us men can get arrested for that shit. You know, I just, huh?
I said here, exactly. And it's a huge double standard. All right. And, you know, and there's lots of classy transgenders out there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We're friends with a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I have a transgender child.
But remember, they even do not appreciate those transgender and gay people doing that shit. Which they're even called out by the transgender community. You're not really one of us. And it's like, yes. Because I'm not just
groping and grabbing,
allowing y'all to break rules that we're trying to enforce on the straight people. I'm telling you, yeah, as you said, T, because I do too. I love watching them eat themselves.
Yeah.
And I have said in numerous of my videos, if these people get power, they're going to destroy themselves from the inside out. We could just stand back and watch. But
don't even get me started on that one.
But let me get into the next one because where is it? Oh, yeah. I definitely had to post the video on this one. Oh my God.
Let us not forget that COVID-19 is a gendered crisis.
And here we go again. Once again, my friends.
All right, this is Mr. Obvious. I just started following his channel yesterday, and he posted this video 2 days ago. 70%.
They said COVID-19 is what? I didn't hear the video.
Hold on, I'll rewind it, but I want to make sure I get to the title. 70% of coronavirus victims are men. Women most affected, declares Feminists. So let's rewind it. She's out, the woman, she's given, I guess, a speech before some congressional whatever, and she's outright lying. She's trying to say that women are more affected by this virus than men are. But
no, they're not. I've looked at the statistics deeply, as you know, since the beginning.
I know, but it doesn't stop these people from lying. But here we go.
Let us not forget that COVID-19 is a gendered crisis.
And here we go again. Once again, my friends, feminists have decided even though 70% of deaths from coronavirus are men, women are most affected.
Yep. See the lies? This 70% of the deaths have been men, but somehow women are most affected. Like, okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious, and today on Twitter.com, here we are with Marine Faraki, who says that coronavirus is a gendered issue and that women are most affected. You know, there's an old joke that goes around in red-pilled circles. It's that whenever something happens, somehow women are always the victim, even if men are primarily the ones suffering. Here on the New York Post, women are struggling to find men who make as much money as they do. A good man is hard to find, especially in this economy. So I want you to pay very close attention to this headline. Essentially, women cannot find men who make as much money as they do. Therefore, women suffer the most. But in reality,
okay, let's so you can hear this, T, to make sure you heard it right. Women are struggling to find men who make as much money as they do. Okay, now, because I am a published writer, I have aced everything when it deals with writing. What do you think the subject is of this? Because I mean, yeah, I understand they're trying to say women, but if I'm reading it, if I'm looking at a paper that somebody else wrote, I'm going to be like, you know that you're saying that men are the ones who are actually suffering more. Women make more money, so therefore men are not making as much money. So why did you make the headline that women are suffering? You don't think that the men are more suffering because they're not making as much money? And I thought, and here's the thing I just realized. I thought they said that women make less than men. Haven't they been saying that for like the last like 2-3 years?
Yeah.
That's been the mantra.
So
we want equal pay for equal work. Yeah.
Okay, so then how did this headline come about? That means women are admitting they make more money than men. Wow, I can tell you that the trend right now in the school districts is for there to be female administrators. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. There is a preference towards female administrators right now.
Oh God. Okay, here we go.
What this title actually means is, translation, men are suffering economically. Women most affected. It really boggles my mind.
See, he even caught it. Men are the ones suffering. I mean, men are the ones who are making less money, but women are the ones suffering. But here's my other point behind this. I thought women didn't need a man. Now, mind you, this article is written by a woman. So I thought we don't need a man. We don't need a man. So why would you complain then? All of these videos that I've been making about women complaining, and it's like, I thought y'all didn't need a man. So why are you complaining you can't find a good man? You can't find a man that doesn't make as much money as you. You know,
no, they want a man like a dog. That's what they want.
I know. I've said that in my videos. You just want men who are.
I want you there. I want you to give me attention where I want it. I want you to bark when I say bark. I want you to sit when I say sit. Other than that, go away.
More interested in the man being a scapegoat than they are.
What? What was that?
If there's no men around, if they're having a hard time finding a man, why? Okay, is it scapegoatism? They can't find anybody to blame their failures on, and everything. Why? Something. Life is freaking hard, and hey, great, you managed to get an education, you got yourself a good job, and everything else. But in so many cases, you find that it still is the men who will go straight to work directly out of high school, for example. Right now, there's a higher enrollment rate in our colleges and universities of far more women than there are men.
Yep, I did a video. One of the videos that I had posted mentioned that. So I don't understand how women are suffering where more women are going to college and more women are graduating from college than men.
That's absolutely true.
So how are women suffering?
There are fewer scholarships available for men.
Yep, I posted about that.
Too. Yep.
But somehow or another, women are still the victim. But it's only to idiots who only want to watch CNN and everything that believe this bullshit.
Because I'm a woman, I will admit, you cannot, no matter how successful you are, no matter what, you're always going to need a guy. You're always going to need a man. Always.
Well, yeah. Who's going to build houses? Who's going to repair those houses?
Exactly.
Now, and I've made videos about this. Yes, there are women in those fields. How many? How many are there?
Not a lot.
How many women out there are fucking car mechanics? How many women out there are on high? I'm afraid of heights. Ain't no way in hell I'm doing that shit. How many women are up on those high power lines repairing that stuff?
I can tell you not a lot because I have a friend who works for AT&T.
How many women are smoke jumpers? How many women are firefighters?
Not a lot.
Because
they can't pass the physical demand that's asked for it.
A lot of men can't pass those standards either. So what?
But because the fact it's
A
not
lot of
meant for
women can
them.
pass those standards. All right. A lot of women can pass the standards, especially since, as you know, you being former military and everything, that the PT test requirements and everything are less for a woman than they are for
But that's
men.
my point.
But again, that's
It should not be that way. I'm sorry. If a war breaks out, you only did this many fucking push-ups, you know, so you passed a feminine. My point is, when a war breaks out, the enemy is not going to look at you as a fucking woman. They're going to look at you as a goddamn target.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this whole thing of lowering standards for people really pisses me off. We're not lowering a standard for a woman, whatever. Okay, you take a guy who's the same size as that woman. Does he get to take the female standard? No, because he's still a guy. But dude, oh my God, that guy he's only like 5 foot nothing, 110 nothing. But are we going to change the standards for him?
No.
No. Why?
No.
Because he's a guy? Bullshit. We know guys who aren't as big as a lot of the women we know.
Right.
And it's like, but why doesn't he get a special pass? His physical body is not going to be this. He's not going to be 6'1", 200 pounds.
Right.
He's not going to be me. So, well, why doesn't he get a pass? Well, because he's still a guy. Okay, but this girl there was this one girl, she was hardcore. I love this girl. But she was like 4 foot, tiny ass little thing, barely like 100 pounds. And it's like, she passed. She graduated basic and everything and stuff, and she was hardcore. But again, if a war breaks out and I get wounded, that 4 foot nothing
has to lift you and get you.
There's no way. She's not even going to be able to drag me.
Right.
So you literally put somebody in my unit that can't watch my back.
Yeah, can't carry their own weight to help out the unit.
Exactly.
But again, if you look at back then and now, back then, yes, you had a lot more females in, like firefighters, because they all did the same thing. But now you don't, because everybody's weak and soft. Oh, I can't do it. I need help. Why do I have to do that? That hurts.
Oh, and you can't talk to me that way. You're hurting my feelings.
You're gonna trigger me.
Yeah, but that's why the military is. Oh my God, all my friends are fucking retiring. It's just.
It's not like how it used to be.
As I've said in previous videos, we need a war to break out. We need like a big ass fucking war just to see how many of these people will claim PTSD even before they get deployed. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you mean I actually have to go to war? Yeah, you're a fucking soldier.
Would you think you were gonna get just a paycheck just to sit on your ass?
Oh my God, just.
What was the same one that
I'm telling you, that's what, if a true war breaks out, big ass war, and I'm not talking about where we overwhelm them because of our technology. I'm talking about if we're going to fight like somebody like China or something like that, watch how quickly these fucking SJWs that decided to join the military to just get a free GI Bill and all that shit are going to claim PTSD even before actually getting deployed anywhere.
I was never told I was gonna have to go to battle.
I was never told I would have to go to war. Yes, you did, when you signed the fucking paperwork.
Well, it's the same like that video you posted with officers.
Hold on, because when I was in the military, I signed that paperwork. I read that shit from the first line to the last line, and I was like, okay. And you had there were these people that joined that I was in basic with that were, wait a minute, you mean I have to learn how to shoot? Yes, you have to learn how to shoot. I just joined to get like my GI Bill, and me and a whole bunch of others are looking at this fucker. This is when they have us all in the bay when we're all trying to get to know each other when we first got to our platoon, to our company and everything. And these people are literally like, wait, What do you mean I have to, like, you know, hey, we're going to be going to the range week so-and-so and, you know, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait, I have to learn how to shoot? Yes. Well, my MOS is medical. Why do I have to learn how to shoot?
Because you're going to go into enemy territory.
Because you're a soldier first. That is your job first.
Right.
It pretty much says it in the paperwork. Did you not read it? You know,
I read it.
Oh my God.
I'm a military brat. I even tried joining, and I couldn't go because I was flat-foot at the time.
They
wouldn't let you go if you were flat-foot.
These people, oh my God. Anyway, let's continue with this because we got way off topic. Well, not off topic, but
nurses, teachers, child carers, and early childhood educators, aged care workers, and cleaners are mostly women.
There's also men who work those jobs, just FYI. I had plenty.
Okay, here's my point about all of that. Nurses, teachers, all the shit she named, healthcare workers are mostly women. Okay, now it goes right back to an earlier discussion, T. Nobody forced them to take these jobs.
Right.
Nobody forced you into the nursing field that, oh my God, we may have to deal with an outbreak. Yeah. You know,
Nobody forced me to be a teacher.
Right, exactly. Nobody forced these people with the military. No one we didn't have I've had people bring up the hypothetical, have the nerve to bring up the hypothetical to me about the draft. Well, what if they do a draft? They're not doing a draft, so shut the fuck up about that. Until they do one, shut up. It's not relevant right now. So with the military, because they were arguing about, oh, we're being, you know, people are being sent overseas. Yes, because you joined the military. No one forced you. As you pointed out, there's no draft right now. So no one forced these fuckers to join the military. Shut up about that. Oh, another thing that men have to do, if y'all women want equal rights, is
I do think that women should have to register for selective service.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. It's like, if women want equal rights, well, then women should register for selective service, which is basically registering for the draft, just in case we have one. But women don't. No. Women don't. We don't have that for women because, you know, men should handle all that. Oh, anyway, let's continue. This bitch lying her ass off talking about the women are most affected.
Of male teachers, I've seen plenty of male nurses. That's kind of, that's kind of presumptuous of you to say, don't you think? Not to mention, what about all the men who work essential services? You don't see many garbage men who are women. You don't see many construction workers who are women. You don't see many repairmen, plumbers, or electricians who are
builders.
Women. They're at risk too, and their services are essential.
Truck drivers.
No, only the women suffer.
They are.
And by the way, a lot of them make excellent money.
Who?
A lot of those essential services and stuff that men tend to dominate, they make excellent money.
Right.
You know, so if women are going and saying, hey, you know something, why is it that we have a hard time finding, okay, I'm going to take a totally different spin on this. We have a hard time finding men that make as much money as we do. All right, well, you ever hear of dating outside your class?
Oh, no. Women don't want to do that. No.
All right. Well, no. This is important because it goes the other way too.
Okay.
All right. It goes the other way too. And why would you automatically think that if you are not educated or if you have not done something with your life or anything like that, if you are not a higher wage earner, so to speak, where are you going to be exposed to those men that would be interested in you in the first place? All right. Men aren't going to date as much as women are saying, oh, well, they don't want to date down. Well, guess what? Men don't either. You know,
remember, T, I posted a video about that where they were Abba and Preach were criticizing. It's like, wait, you women don't want to date down.
where are these women then looking for men? Because I can assure you, when I was going to college and everything else, there were a lot of girls I'm calling them girls on purpose, not women.
I hear you.
There were a lot of girls that were in the STEM fields, and they couldn't cut it because they were basically there for an MRS degree, not because they had any intention of finishing anything.
Huh. I don't know.
All right. It's, so to say that there are no good men out there is crap. They're out there. They just might not want to have anything to do with you.
Well, as I said, I've made videos specifically about that, where men have got adult men, good men. As women complain, we can't find a good man. It's like, well, you do realize we see the shit that's going on. We're not dumb. We're good. We're obviously good, intelligent men.
They're probably not going to find them in a bar.
That's very true. That is very true. You're probably not going to find a good man in a bar. That is very, very true. But with the way things are going, you're going to find less and less of us good men out there because we're sick of the bullshit. We're tired of the bullshit that happened to us specifically, and then, unlike ever before, men are communicating about these topics way more than ever in my lifetime. So men, as I've posted in other videos, men are hearing those stories. Wait, I'm not the only one. When I just met the neighbor, when I just met him, he was talking about it. His brother got cheated on. His wife was a bitch, and he ended up divorcing her, and the judge gave custody because the judge realized he was a good man.
Well, the same thing with John. He was a good man and everything else, so that's why he got custody of his daughter.
Same with Dio. He got custody of it. And I was telling him this. We were talking about this. He goes, holy shit, men are starting to win. And it's like, yeah, because people, the woke women can't stand. There's a lot of videos that come out about that
so that's where
men are winning. Men are winning. But see, here's the excuses they want to give. We're not really bad women. It's just, and this is what's so funny, and this is one of the things I cannot stand. The reason why we act this way is because historically, women have been subjugated. And it's like, whoa. What do you mean historically? So not you personally, but women historically. What do you have to do with those women from the past?
If you want to change the future, change your future.
No, my whole thing is I cannot claim reparations and slavery. I cannot claim that stuff because my ancestors went through it. But this is what these feminazis are doing. Because women have been subjugated for thousands of years, we're trying to make up for that. And it's like, but wait a minute, you are not those women. So therefore, this doesn't pertain to you. Right. Just like slavery doesn't pertain to me. I have nothing to do with that, so I can't claim that. This has just gotten beyond stupid with these feminists. But as I said, it's more junk like this that's going to keep, and all the other people that I follow have also been pointing this out. If you thought Trump won big, just this last time, the fact that you people have been acting so stupid has made us want to vote for him even more.
Yep.
And from 2020, get ready for it.
Oh my God. Yeah, these people are going to lose their minds. Well, as I said in my previous video, I really think the best way to eliminate these politically correct and social justice people is to tell the truth about everything. I really think that will just, they'll all just kill themselves.
Yeah.
Like, admit aliens are real. Admit that,
admit everything. Their minds will break and they'll end up killing themselves.
Just admit. I think I said this during the whole Area 51 shit.
Yeah.
Just government, seriously, just tell the truth. Say that aliens really exist and these fucking people will snap. That'll take care of the problem right there.
It's like the show, the anime we watched. The guy broke the other guy, and he started blaming himself, and he went bad. Remember, he broke him. So do the same thing. Break them.
I have known my entire life the truth is far more devastating than a lie.
Yep.
And I really do believe the government should just come out and tell the truth about a whole bunch of shit and just watch these people just fall by the wayside and we won't have to lift a finger.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back into this.
And carry a disproportionate risk of being exposed to the virus.
So what about doctors exactly? Because I feel like you're missing something. According to Google and the Washington Post, 80% of doctors older than 25 are men, while only 60% of doctors younger than 35 were women. So overall, there's more male doctors. They're at risk too, but they're men, so it doesn't really matter, man.
But it comes back to a lot of videos I've posted. We get rid of men, the world will fall apart. Who's gonna, as I said, who's gonna maintain high voltage power lines? Who's gonna build buildings? Who's gonna repair buildings? Who's gonna repair ACs? There are women in those fields. They're open fields. Anybody could get into them. But how many women are in those fields? If I ask pretty much most of the women I know, hey, are you going to get up on the roof and repair your AC or whatever? Oh, hell no, I'm not going to do something. I'll hire somebody else. Who are you going to hire? What women do you know are going to do that kind of thing? Well, I'll just hire a man. But wait a minute, I thought you didn't need men. So if y'all need to, and I've had feminazis tell me, we'll keep some of y'all around.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like, what? You do realize you're talking about an entire country, right? So what do you mean you'll keep some of us around? Like,
the soy boys are not going to do it. What the fuck are you talking about?
I guess you're supposed to do our bidding.
Again, like I said.
But again, it comes down to you're going to keep some of us around. How many? Because if you keep us, like if it's a scarce thing, that's not enough people to repair shit, build shit. So obviously you need men. Again,
to what I said.
Let's say, all right, California. Let's say California, when California went really, a couple of years ago, really, really bad through forest fires, the brush fires and all that. You know how many men died in those fire, the smoke jumpers? A lot of firefighters died. How many women were out there doing that shit? So if you get rid of men, I pretty much think everything's going to burn down. Hurricanes. Because I've had women go, well, houses and all that stuff exist right now, so why are you being paranoid? Yes, but disasters happen and shit breaks. So as shit,
that they get hit all the time.
Right, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, fires, as all of this shit is destroyed, who's going to be the around to rebuild that stuff? All the women? Really? How many women do I know that want to get dirty with grease? Or, but how many? It's not that many.
Right.
Most women are not going to be out there building, repairing.
Right. And then right now, I think I'm not for sure if I got to double check, but I think in Britain, right now, they're trying to get people to donate sperm because they have a low men count. And the women want more guys. There's not enough guys for all the women there. So they're even having that problem right now. So they do need guys. So that shows right there.
Same thing with China.
Yeah.
China is suffering.
Majority women.
No, majority men.
Oh, yeah.
China, because of that ban that they had that you could only have boys.
The single child system, yeah.
And boys, China is hardcore.
Boys were preferred, but it wasn't.
By the state.
It was, no, not by the state.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. All right, it was illegal. It was illegal to have an abortion or anything like that. In fact, you were not even allowed to go and get ultrasounds to determine the sex of the child. All right, this is something that I have researched. It's just that there was a high degree of infanticide. So orphanages, things like that were filled with female babies. And if there was going to be any parent that would just make a baby disappear, it was probably going to be a girl.
I did a video about this. This came out of China. Due to the government controlling of as far as having more boys is the reason why they have such a shortage now, and they're desperately trying to have more women.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about during the single child thing. It was criminal activity on behalf of the parents is the reason why it ended up being so lopsided.
Well, yeah, because the state was demanding basically more boys, more men.
The state was not demanding more men.
I did a video about this.
To be 50-50, but it's the families, it's the family pressures that preferred and still do tend to prefer. We see it in all kinds of cultures where males are preferred, but it's preferred by the family because it's the males that carry on the family line.
No, I actually did a video I did a video on this. It came out of China. I did it. It's one of my videos.
Take a look at it, but all right, onward and upward, my friend.
All right, well, let's continue.
Let's also not forget that not all homes are safe places. Quarantine or self-isolation at home will put women and children at risk.
Now there's another report that even came out. I think, didn't somebody post it on Facebook about this? As a matter of fact, I posted about this a week or so ago. When the quarantine for El Paso came out, the whole stay-at-home thing. Mm-hmm. I posted about this, that this is going to be bad. There are going to be more domestic and child abuse and all of that shit. Are y'all covering for that? Sure. This woman giving this speech right now, she just said that women are going to be more affected by this quarantine because of, well, let me see what she says. Hold on.
Yes, quarantine will put women and children at risk from domestic violence. You know who else suffers from domestic violence? Men. Here in The Guardian, more than 40% of domestic violence victims are male. Report reveals. Campaign group Parity claims assaults by wives and girlfriends are often ignored by police and the media.
But those are also the ones that are reported.
Yeah.
Thank you. And good night. Men are also victims, okay? It's not just women from domestic violence. And first of all, domestic violence has nothing to do with coronavirus. This just goes to show you what a problem feminism has become. Feminism isn't about equality. It's about privilege.
Control.
It's about handouts. It's about being treated as more equal than others. And most of the time, it's at men's expense.
Yep.
As a man, it very much disturbs me.
俺は真の男女平等を願う者。都合のいい時だけ女の権利を主張し、都合の悪い時は男のくせにとか言っちゃう輩は許。
Oh, I gotta rewind that. I know this is an anime, a Japanese anime, and y'all watch Japanese anime, both of you, so there we go.
Right.
Here we go.
Very much disturbs me.
I yearn for true gender equality.
真の男女平等を願う者。都合
I have no patience for one who talks about female privilege when it suits them,
のいい時だけ女の権利を主張し、都合の
and then complains about someone not being a man when it's convenient. Did we not just talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want men. I've said this numerous times. They want men to be dogs on a leash and be available when we want you available.
Yeah, that's what I just said too. That's what they want.
And I've said this in my videos. Why don't these feminazis, instead of doing this little underhanded, sneaky bullshit, just come out and fucking say it. We already know that's what you're thinking anyway. All the videos I follow, all the guys I follow, all the people I follow, Sydney Watson, who's female, all the ones I follow have been saying this. You don't want to be equal. You want to be put on a pedestal and guys at your feet doing your bidding. Mm-hmm. And my whole point, and I'm saying it way more than they are, stop with the lies and admit that's what you want. Just come right out and fucking say it. Because we already know that's what you're doing. That's what you're trying to do. So just come out and say it. You know, no, that's not what we want. We're not stupid. We know that's exactly what you want.
Yes,
all
it
the
is.
signs are pointing to it.
Preferential treatment.
Yep. They want to be put on a pedestal and men just be dogs. Oh, sorry, and women, because these are you women at their feet.
Fuck you on
Or
that.
wait, sorry, for you women, convert or be slaves just like the men.
Nope.
That's what they want.
Never gonna happen.
Nope. I'm sorry.
Well, considering they only make up like 15% of the population of women, but they're the ones barking the loudest. But here we go. Keep going. Let me see. And then complains about someone not being a man when it's convenient.
Women's advocates and domestic violence experts are warning us that domestic abuse increases during times of crisis. And I'm terribly worried that these warnings have not been heeded by this government that has long resisted adequate funding for the needed resources and refugees.
And there we go. They want more handouts, more social welfare from daddy government. It seems like a lot of these feminists out there want the government to be the father they never had, to give them all the money and all the welfare. Well,
but no, because now we got to add race to it. Because now we got to give more money to women of color than white women. Because white women are more privileged than women of color. So not only do you got to give, free money to, these stipends or whatever, more money to women, you got to give even more money to women of color. See, this social justice shit just cannot just make up its.
Well, you can't keep up with it. It's like I said before, the goalposts will always be moved.
I've said this in my videos. Okay, so we give you that, and the next minute you'll take something else, and the next minute you'll take something else.
You keep taking.
No. Here's the problem with people like this. They can have everything
and not be happy,
and still not be happy.
Yep.
You what shit?
They're
What?
No,
hold on.
Of gluttony.
Yeah, because if you actually go and say, okay, give me the sign. What is the sign? If we achieve what? All right, what is it specifically that you want? When we reach what goal, all right, tangible goal, will you say that there is now equality?
Nope.
And they can't answer it. They can't answer it.
Again,
all right?
They are the definition of gluttony.
It'll never happen.
Nope. They will constantly. I have asked this question of some of my SJW friends, quote unquote, that I have. And I'm like, when will you ever be happy?
Never.
It's like y'all can get everything y'all want, and you're still not. This is gonna be the last thing I point out before I stop this one because it's already gone like an hour, almost hour and 20 minutes to get into the next one. But when I dealt with this racist one night at an after-hour club back home that I was a member of, just outright, what are you doing here? Nigger, all this other shit and everything. And the door guy tried to step in, and I was like, no, I got this. I mean, I'd already dealt with the Klan, skinheads. I was like, no, I got this. Excuse me. So I said, let me ask you a question. If the world were just purely white, what does that mean? And he was like, well, no other minorities, no black people, no other. I said, okay. So no minorities whatsoever. Everybody is white. Okay, what white are you talking? Are we talking Italians? Are they included? Because they're white, they're European. So are they counted? Ukrainian, are they counted? Jews, they're basically white. Are they counted? And he was getting more and more confused about what the fuck I was saying. And I said, okay. Because of the way he was talking, he was very, very, and I've got a lot of redneck relatives, black and white. So I'm not picking on him. I love my country family, obviously. But he was talking very, very trailer park is the way I'm going to put it. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, you know what? I said, so again, let's just say there's a race war. Because he was the one who brought it up. We're going to have a race war and we're going to win. And I was like, I said, look, for one, I said, before we get into this, let me explain something to you. You do realize that I'm mixed. I'm not just black. Okay. So you're talking about white. You do realize we're no longer really a minority. Because if you're talking about a race war, you're talking all the minorities. you do realize between the Mexicans, Filipinos, Japanese, Chinese, Black, Native American, I was like, we as a group outnumber you, because you just said all minorities. We outnumber you. So you're not going to win. But hypothetically, let's just say you do. Do you really think, because the people who are going to be basically the leaders are going to be your high class, rich, billionaire white people. Who do you think, so I said this, who do you think is going to be the next niggers to them? Once, because you're nothing, I said, just listening to you talk, you're going to be nothing but a foot soldier. Once they're done with you, what do you think they're going to do to you? They're going to get rid of you. You would become the next minority. So he was stumped. He could not even continue talking to me. It was just, and I was like, dude, seriously, I was basically saying, if you get your way, all minorities gone, just white people,
Right.
would you still be happy? And he could not answer that question. So no, these people can get everything in the. You watch reality shows, the Kardashians, any of these shows dealing with rich people, they are never happy.
That's why I said they are the definition of gluttony. They get whatever they want and they're never happy.
Well, damn, look at all of them right now. Gal Gadot and all of them singing John Legend songs. Madonna just fucking singing shit about fried chicken or fried fish. And we're suffering too, guys. Yes, in your, $10 million mansion. Oh my God, you're suffering,
Yeah, I'd like to see them in Walmart trying to buy toilet paper.
Well, they have servants for that. You know that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or they can have it delivered.
Oh no, but we're normal like you guys. How the fuck are you normal like us?
Yeah, I don't have $30 million. How are you normal?
The only ones I can say who are, again, is Keanu Reeves, because
the Wahlbergs.
And
Mark Wahlberg, he is about his money. He has gotten a little corrupt.
But he's still about the people. He understands.
But Donnie is about the people. Of course, the older Paul, and I can't remember the Bruce or Brian or whatever, one of the older brothers. And the sisters. The sisters are very down to earth. But for the most part, yes, they're good people.
And Johnny Depp. He's not as corrupt, but he understands.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is not as corrupt.
But he still hangs on to his roots. The one out of all of them besides Wahlberg would be Keanu Reeves.
I'm ashamed of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I'm very ashamed of them.
Oh yeah.
I remember that they used to come out all the time about still being down to earth.
Never forgetting where
and then something changed. I think it was when the children became really fucked up and shit, that all of a sudden they became all about their money. And it's just like, oh wow, so he became, it's like an infection. It's like watching a zombie infection. It's like, oh well, he got infected.
Like I said, Keanu Reeves is the only one who I know who still takes the bus the away. He doesn't have bodyguards.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, I think, still is very, very down to earth.
And he doesn't shop name brands and everything else. He still buys basic stuff.
Yeah.
Because he even tells people, he even does interviews. He doesn't really care about
There are a few people, John Voight.
Yeah.
There are a few people who are like, hey, no, fuck these people. we ain't one of them. But let me end this video real quick and go to the bathroom and all that stuff. Sorry, for the video and all that. But let me get into the next one, which I think I'm going to try to make a little bit more entertaining. So anyway, hold on, y'all. All right, Tina, hold on.